Welcome to the Melany Viljoen podcast, all the way from Tammy Taylor Nails South Africa head office. In my podcast, I interview some of the most influential people. My podcast is here to inspire you and to help turn you into the superstar that I know you can be. Welcome to the Melany Viljoen podcast in Tlantla, all the way in Pretoria, South Africa, at the Tammy Taylor Nails head office.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure. So, to the audiences who don't know yet who you are and what you do, please do tell.
So I'm Tlantla, and I'm the other half of the band, South African band called Mafiki Zolo.
Oh, girl, that is so exciting.
Yeah, and I'm the creative director of a fashion label called NN Vintage. So yeah, that's me, guys.
Wow. A fashion label.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you love beautiful things also.
Yeah, I do. But also, I think music kind of introduced me to the fashion world, because music goes hand in hand with fashion.
Right.
And, you know, when you go for interviews, when you go to launches, album launches, or when you go for the performances, you always want to look good.
You want to look different also.
Yeah. And that's where really my love grew. I mean, I know I've always loved clothes and I've always loved to look good.
I can see.
You know, but yeah. But you know, once I got so many compliments from women, I decided, okay, I think I need to do this.
When you walked in, like you stood out, like really, you stood out so beautifully, to the point where I thought, oh, she's definitely here with her Bentley, and she's coming here to buy a franchise. Because I was in the other office and you just walked in and this energy kind of just hit me. And I saw you and I said to my husband, wow, look at that gorgeous woman. And you were here for me.
Yeah.
So obviously you make a statement. And obviously you have the best taste.
Thank you so much. Thank you. If there's one person I've always looked up to in terms of fashion was my mom.
That's great.
And, she always looked good. She knows how to match colors. And it actually goes beyond that as well, because she's good with deco. And I've realized that I love doing deco so much as well. So maybe sometime in the near future, I would do something on decor as well.
How incredible. I think that's every woman's dream, is decor, being a decorator, having a salon and getting married. Yeah. Those are the top 3 in the bucket list for women.
I think so too.
Because like plants, I mean, green plants, putting them up and just making a space beautiful, it gives us so much joy. And I think when we buy into the franchise woman, when they buy into this franchise, they also love the part where they get to decorate. Yeah. So that is incredible to hear.
Yeah, and also, I bet they also like the fact that, when somebody comes in, their nails are just like, and when they walk out, they are, vibrant and, just seeing changing someone's, something. Yeah, changing someone's day, changing something about someone for the better. Yes. It always gives you a good feeling and that sense of gratitude that I've made somebody smile. I've enhanced something. Yeah. And I think that's what, when I leave the salon, when I leave Tammy Taylor, when I leave my house wearing NN Vintage, when a woman comes in and I dress them up and they leave and they feel amazing, I think for me, the gratitude part of it,
I think what makes it's amazing that we were born caregivers. Yeah. Because we want to take care of the world. Yeah. And thank goodness for women in South Africa and women in general for being born like that, because if it wasn't for the women, the brand would not have been where it is, and wanting to take care of other women's nails.
How amazing is that? How amazing.
And together we build.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big supporter of women and supporter of women's businesses, supporting
entrepreneurship.
Yes, exactly. And I always say, actually the other day with my friend, we were talking about it and I was saying that I don't know why can't we just learn to work together as women? You know how powerful we can become.
Yeah.
And the other gender, you know, they're trying to hold us back because they know, you know, the force we can become if we can work together, if we can support each other. Yes, competition is good, you know, amongst us, but it has to be a good competition.
It has to be good competition, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's not about bringing someone else down in order for you to go up, you know, to rise up.
That's
but
true.
it's really about oh, she did that, let me do my one differently, and see if I can get, you know, so that's doing something, improving yourself, getting yourself into a better position without actually bringing someone down.
Yeah.
So, you know, so like I said, I'm a very big promoter,
Women business.
yeah, supporter of women business.
Wow.
And
That's
yeah,
great.
and you know, whether it's clothes, with 90% of what I'm wearing today is actually by women. So
Wow,
yeah,
me too.
South African women. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
This is all, besides for the belt and the socks,
Yeah.
everything made by South African
How
women.
amazing.
That's
How amazing.
I love when we support each other.
Yeah.
And since the brand is from the US,
Yeah.
you know, already it's made there. So we want to support people locally as much as we can and bring this to them. And what you said about women, very cool, very interesting, because I have this dream. It's not a dream anymore. It's becoming a reality. And since you love women in business and educating people, you would be excited to know that I've been building these skills that I want to teach other women. Especially, it could be women in townships, it could be business women, it could be wealthy women that wants to be better, it could be women without jobs, it could literally be anybody. These skills are made for everybody. And it's stuff that sticks with you. For example, it's called tactical empathy. It's called having the other side, letting the other side have your way. So it's a way of negotiation that you're gonna love it so much, and it's gonna improve your life so much. Just walking away, you'll have one or two skills. And so there's three types of people, three types of negotiators that women in business especially will get to deal with. It's the assertive, like Donald Trump is. Time is money. Don't really value relationships as much as business. Then you'll get, that's just to give you a short version of it, right?
Yeah.
Then you'll get the analyst. And also, it's important for us women to know who you are dating. Is this person an assertive? Is this person an analyst? Or is this person like me, an accommodator, where we value relationships over money? And it's not something that you make up, it's how you were born.
Yeah.
And you can't change that in somebody.
Yeah.
So when we're in a negotiation or when we are having a discussion, one of those three types will pop up naturally inside the other person.
Yeah.
And so that is, to get started with, that's important for me to teach women, like, know who you are dealing with.
Yeah.
An analyst needs to gather as much info as they can. So they might sit and look at you and not say anything, but they are thinking. So now you feel, maybe in your relationship, my husband's not talking to me.
Yeah.
He is talking to you. He's just an analyst. He needs to gather info before he makes a decision. And to an analyst, sometimes not making a decision is a decision.
Yeah.
Those are analysts, you know, very data-driven kind of person. So if you want to talk to an analyst and negotiate with an analyst, you need to know that if you don't bring data to support what you say, they're not going to have respect in business.
Yeah.
So profound.
Yeah.
Then it's important to know when you're dealing with an accommodator that they don't really get solid stuff done because they're more concerned about the relationship. For them, if they had a great collaboration, they feel time was well spent. And that's me. If I talk to you today, we're having a podcast the whole day, I feel like I've had a productive day.
Yeah.
I didn't make money.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I built a relationship, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
So you need to be aware of your weakness there, that if you're an accommodator, a woman in business, again, the educator in me, that you have to focus a lot more on implementation, because we could brainstorm ideas the whole day.
Yeah.
But because I'm an accommodator, I'd be scared to implement because it might put the relationship in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Makes
And
much
so
sense.
and so those are the things that I want to train women in, and I want to teach us a little bit.
Yeah.
The way to ask for something, the way to get your way, use your powers for good and not evil.
Yeah.
And so the first way is to make sure that you are aware of what the other person is saying. First of all, being in the moment, not being too concerned about the outcome, because that really holds you back.
Yeah.
If you're so concerned about what I want this outcome to be.
Yeah.
And then you get stuck
Yeah.
because you're thinking too much in advance and you're missing what's going on
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
And that is something that I want women to know, in business especially.
Yeah.
Be in the moment and listen to what the other person is saying. And so the way to tactical empathy and to have the other side, let the other side have your way, is giving the illusion of control, making the other person feel like they are in control. And to get there, it takes 9 skills. And so I would love to elaborate on the 9 skills, but we'll sit here for 2 days. So just that already, I mean, knowing who you're dealing with,
Yeah.
knowing those 3 types, very important in relationships
Yeah.
and in business.
Most definitely.
What
Most
do you think of
definitely.
it?
I think that is so profound. And
It's definitely stuff you didn't know yet, right?
no, not at all.
You
Not
see?
at all. Not at all. And I think for women to
Yes.
actually just be able to take that away, because the one mistake that I've made when I was starting in Vintage was, I've got the funds to do this. Because I mean, I did try to get the funds from the institutions.
Okay.
Like finance.
But there's
institutions.
even a way to get it
But-
from them. There's better ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, okay, I can't get that. But
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, I'm making enough money now, to actually start this business. And the thing is, the 3 aspects that you mentioned, I wasn't aware of.
Exactly.
And what I did, I thought, I've got the funds. I can actually fund my business, and that's all that matters. And I thought just by having the money and hiring people,
It's the answer.
It's the answer. And I just went, everything like the bomb dropped on me, and I've had to close, and then I've had to actually start again and look at how to do it right, and
Yes.
also just I went to people that have been in the business for a long time,
And you're like, what am I missing?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Yeah.
Why did this happen?
Yeah.
And I really want to prevent that for women. I don't want them to lose
yeah,
in life. I don't want them to open a salon and crash and burn.
yeah,
But,
exactly.
step 1 is, like you said, like, what did you need to know in that time? What would have saved you?
yeah, yeah,
We are ultimately in the business of people.
yeah,
And these skills are training you how to get what you want for the goodness, for good and not evil, as I said.
yeah.
And if you had the skills, maybe it would have been different.
Most definitely. And I mean, for me at the time, I thought, I've got, designers from school. I've got this space. I've got the machines, all of this equipment that is needed. And I thought I could, just do it, and it was very different. And another thing that I did wrong was forgetting why I got into that kind of business in the first place. So I thought, now that I'm in the fashion world, I'll try and do these exaggerated outfits that I've seen, other people do on the runway, and exaggerate everything and be dramatic. And I forgot that people actually complimented me because they liked the way I looked. So that's
so
another
true.
thing that I needed to look at, that this is the reason why I got into it. So
They fell in love with
whatever,
you.
yeah. So whatever I wear,
Yeah.
whatever I love, that's
That's
what
what
I have to
Yes.
put out there. I don't have to
Exactly.
go all crazy
No.
and make these crazy comments.
Yeah.
So then that's one of the things that I had to do, and just working with other people to do the administration. But for me, it has always been about empowering women. It has always been about hiring women. It has always been about giving women platforms. So
Absolutely.
for me, I was like, I've hired women,
Yeah. You've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it really sounds like you want women to be better and you want to uplift them, and it's really incredible that you're sharing your story and what you did wrong, and how you're teaching people that don't just fall in love with the process, with the end result, fall in love with the process as well.
Yeah.
And never forget why you got into it in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Don't lose focus. Don't go off track.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in our business, in the nail industry also, people approach us they want to stock this in our salons and they want to stock that, and we should do hair and we should do this and we should do that. And we just say no, because we're in the nail industry. And if we lose focus of the nail industry, we're back where everyone else is.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be that. We want to stand out in the nail industry and continue to break records there.
Yeah.
And that's really good advice, and I can back that up, and I can say I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
And the one other thing that I think every business person always mentions, and that's like maybe 99% of successful business people, is they would always tell you, love what you do, have passion for what you do. Don't just do it because, I'm going to get money. This is I'm going to get this out of this. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to, but
True.
You have to have passion, because remember, yes, we might, in your business of nails, you might feel like, I've made people, people look glamorous when I've done their nails, but you don't think about, I have to sit on that chair for hours and hours, client after client after client,
yes, exactly.
But if you love what you do, you're not even gonna feel the hours. Because I always ask, the nail technicians, how do you do it? How do you sit on that chair and, do all of these clients? Don't you get back aches? Don't you, like, how do you do it? But as much as you do, but the point is you don't even feel the pain at the time, because you're doing what you love.
It's so exciting. Yeah,
it's exciting for you, and you can't wait to see the end result of what you've done, and you can't wait to see when the face of the client when they're happy and excited.
That's such a drug.
To go out. Yeah. And so that is very important, to have passion and love for what you do.
That's a profound.
That's what carries you during hard times,
because it's gonna get hard.
Yeah, that's what carries you. The passion, that's what gives you the drive. That's what makes you want to get to the end. To that light. That's what's gonna get you there. Absolutely. The fact that you're doing what you love, and you don't even see this. You're gonna get to that light and think, did I go through all of that? How did I get here?
Right?
For me, it happened even with Mafikizolo, with our singing. It took years and years, and it was a struggle after a struggle, but when we got to where we got to now. It felt so amazing. And we look back and we were like, guys, did we go through that? Did we get booked in those kind of hotels? Did we perform at that stage where there wasn't this and this and this, and the mics were horrible? Like, how did we get here? But because we were doing it with love and passion, we didn't even see that.
And you got started somewhere. You have to just, even if the sound is wrong, even if the crowd is wrong, even if everything feels bad and you don't have the equipment, I'm a big believer in what you did, just to get started, even if it's not perfect yet. Because you will develop that ear, you will develop that eye for detail, and you'll get there. But you have to get started somewhere, even if it's wrong. Even if it doesn't feel right, and everything is just, it feels hard, and it's far into the bundus, and you have to go and perform there, and everyone is not even cheering for you, and you wondering, am I doing a good job on stage, right? And so I can so relate with that, because when we got started, it was me people see this brand and they're like, oh, it's so glam, but they have no idea the bundus where I had to go to go and do a demonstration on a nail for a nail technician in the back of her yard with the cats and dogs running all over me. And at the time, I didn't know how the curing lamp, where they pop the gel in. I had no idea that a UV lamp and an LED lamp had different timing settings. So I would do a demonstration and start filing in the bundus, and the nail would come off because of the curing. I thought it was just 30 seconds, but it was 2 minutes. I had to keep it in there for 2 minutes, and I would file and it would be like, isn't this great? And the nail comes off and she's like, no,
actually no.
no. And I'm sure when they look back now, they're like, oh, snap, we missed out on something big. But I mean, people don't understand that the stuff that you had to go through to get to where you are. And that's what this podcast is about, is to tell people like it's going to be hard. It's going to be weird. Just get started somewhere with something, anything.
Yeah.
Throw up a rock, where it falls, you get started there.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate your advice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like, I'm going to walk away out of this podcast so rich.
I'm so happy.
Everything that I've heard so far is just so true.
Yeah.
And I've never looked at it that way.
Wow.
And it's just amazing. And I just find that we are so similar, you and I, with a lot of things, But I'm actually happy that I'm here.
And what's great about what you're saying is part of the skills that I want to teach women is to, what I've done wrong a lot of time is assume that the other person knows everything about the situation. And in that time where the things that I didn't know about you and the things that you didn't know about me, those are called black swans. And so you have to dig for the black swans because those are small pieces of information that can completely change the outcome of our relationship, but we haven't spoken. So I'm assuming I know what you're going through. You're assuming, this big, beautiful brand, but we have no clue about each other and where we got started in life.
Yeah.
And see how that worked out.
Yeah.
Now I know so much about you.
Very true. Very
Right?
true. Very true. Very true. And you actually, just from these kind of conversations, you can, if I wanted to get into the nail business, you could actually tell if, okay, she's going to be good. Okay, she's going to make it out of everything that I've said.
Yes.
Or I'm not sure. Her attitude towards this, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have more talks with her. I don't know,
Yeah.
So you get to pick those kind of things up before then you can, get to advise a person, oh, this is how you do this. Because out of the conversation you can pick up, oh, she's this kind of a character.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And so you have to keep talking and not assume when you get started. I mean, I have had so many great negotiations with people where it's called open-ended questions. You stay away from why. You never ask people why, and you never drive them to say yes to anything. Those are part of the skills. And I think you can get so much further in life if you know about those. And asking, in a negotiation, in a conversation, what got you to this point? Not why are you here? Why are you here feels like, yeah. And so those are small, what we call 2 millimeter changes that we want to teach women. To, when you talk to somebody, how to get more information to get to a better collaboration is through what and how questions, open-ended questions, and to not be accusatory. Why are you here? That is accusatory. What made you do this is accusatory. So you can also get it wrong. And so if you say, so if you have these two tones of voice that you have to kind of practice, which is the late night DJ FM and the friendly smiling voice with two inflections, upwards or downwards. And so there's so many skills that us women can actually learn that can take us so much further. And what I wanted to say is I have had negotiations where now that I know how to ask questions, I get more information and I get to better collaborations.
Yeah.
And that is incredibly empowering for me and for the brand, because I'm teaching my people on the same skills.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, we're in the business of people. And
Yeah.
actually we have had no clue how to deal with people, how to ask them for things. If you're struggling with something and you say, Mel, can you help me? I'm going to be like, no, I can't. You know, no, I don't even know what you're asking yet.
Yeah.
But if you tell me, Mel, would you be against chatting with me about something that I need? You'd be like, no, I'm not against it. You know, let's chat.
Yeah.
So immediately you take down the defense.
Yeah.
So I think as women, that's incredible for me to teach. Yes, and I think just those small 2 millimeter changes can add so much value.
Yeah.
And it can get you further. You can make so much more money with these skills.
Yeah.
I mean, South Africa can be a better place.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, how crazy is that what you're saying? Because it also kind of like applies to music, where you would get into the studio and you would sing something, and you got the notes right, everything else right, but the manner in which you singing it, it's not the same. So I can sing something looking with a straight face and sing the same thing smiling, like it comes out differently.
It's gonna.
And which is exactly what you said, which is exactly the tone, how you put it. It's very,
so you
very
think
important.
it even makes even in music, you think it makes a difference? Wow.
Very, very huge difference.
That is,
so as
that
you're
is
saying
new.
that, I'm just,
it's
thinking,
like a light bulb.
Wow. Yeah.
So you really think it could also for music be the same?
Oh, most definitely.
Outcome.
Most
Smiling
most
while you're
definitely.
singing instead of being like, it's now you are
So-
teaching me. Wow.
So it's quite important how you
right?
put it, how you say it.
See why women need to chat. We come up with great ideas. That's a black swan. That is information that could change the outcome of performance in general of artists in the world.
Yeah. So when you see a person, a singer, with a facial expression, don't think that they're crazy. They actually, the sound that comes out, they're trying to get something across in a certain way.
Yes.
Yeah, across to you in a certain way, so that you can feel what they're actually saying. So it's not just a matter of, I just want to look crazy on stage. No, it's way more than that. So
It's deeper. Oh wow, that is news. That is incredible. Well, that's the point of having a podcast with incredible people like you, and you blessed us with your time, and you being so generous with your time.
Do you have a book out? Because I feel like.
Do you think I should have a book?
Oh, most definitely. I think even my followers on Instagram
They're gonna be like, we need more.
Can
We
agree
need more.
with me with that, So
Wow.
I definitely think you should have your story is incredible. How
Thank
you
you.
started, your challenges. So I'm constantly learning. NN Vintage is what is about 12 years now in the industry. And it still feels like a baby, So I'm still learning every day and grabbing as much as I can in terms of information, in terms of learning,
But do you know what's great about that? They say, what's the difference between a good negotiator and a great negotiator? Teachability. And you are so open to it.
Yeah.
Which means people must watch out, because as you learn, you're going to be better.
Yeah.
And you're going to get skills and you're going to be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, even with Mafiki Zolo, I'm always like, yes, we are 24 years now in the industry, but we still, want to learn. We still even learn from young and up and coming producers.
Absolutely.
We're learning so much. They're teaching us so much.
Yeah.
So it's not about, now I feel like, I'm a legend, I'm an icon.
Yeah.
No. We always remain humble. We always are open to new ideas, always are willing to listen to other people, listen to other people's ideas. And people will always ask this question that, how are you guys still relevant after so many years? How are you still relevant? How are you still dropping hits? How is it that people are still buying your new music? I mean, your old music is amazing, but people are still buying your new music and dancing to your new music. And it's that, honestly, it's just giving other people an opportunity to work with us just being open to ideas, new ideas, fresh ideas, and listening to other people.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it really sounds like you have to always outperform your previous hit.
Yeah.
Which is hard work.
It is hard work.
Imagine.
It is hard work. And that's actually, we always say that that's actually our competition.
It's our last hit.
Previous, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's hard work. And I really just wish you the best. And I hope that you will forever outperform your previous hit and that there's just success on success coming your way.
Thank you so much.
So do you have anything next up that we should know about?
Okay, so we haven't dropped anything, I don't know for how long, it's Fikizolo, but it's been quite a while. So actually this Friday we're dropping something new, something amazing.
Oh goodness.
We're dropping a new single featuring Simi, and which is produced by Sun L. And it's just a beautiful song. Beautiful. I think you're going to love this song. I will make sure that you get the song. But it's a beautiful, beautiful song, beautiful love song. The song is called Mamezala, and it's coming out this Friday. And I'm so excited. We just shot a music video for that.
Already? Wow.
And the music video is coming out next week.
Oh no, now you're torturing us with the song first, and then we have to wait a whole week.
So yeah, we're very much excited about that because we haven't dropped anything in quite a while, and people have been asking.
Yeah.
So, and we've been postponing the drop, of this song, but finally it's dropping this Friday.
Oh, how exciting. So, I'm so happy. We'll be sharing on our platform as well.
Thank you.
And we're excited. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That is so exciting. I'm so happy for you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing everything, your heart, your soul, just your inner person, with a woman.
Yeah.
And wanting to uplift people just makes the world so much of a better place. And I really thank you for that.
Thank you. What you're doing is amazing. I'm really, really, really inspired. And I wish you nothing but the best. Your business is growing like crazy in South Africa. So, I know my girl Lerato Khanya, who also has,
Tammy Taylor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
what a boss babe.
Yeah.
She's
just
goes for it.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy, to see you growing other women and giving other women platforms and just giving them space. That's
honestly,
amazing.
It's just a platform and it's what they make of it. They could be absolutely great or they could be absolutely horrible. And they are making the best.
Having a mentor like you, if you don't make it, honestly, it's on you.
It's on you. You heard it.
It's on you.
Wow.
Thank you. So thank you so much for having me.
That was incredible. Thank you for the feedback.